Hi, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Taylor, a brain health researcher with over 20 years studying how the mind works while we rest. Today, I'm going to share something that shocked even me, a habit so common, so overlooked, that's silently increasing your stroke risk every single night. This isn't fear-mongering. This is science. And once you know it, you can protect yourself and your loved ones starting tonight. Did you know that most strokes don't happen during the day while we're active, but rather in the early hours of the morning, between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m.? The risk is at its highest. You might wonder, why then? Well, during sleep, your body naturally slows down. Your blood pressure drops, your heartbeat slows, and your movement is minimal. While this is normal, it also creates an environment where blood circulation is reduced, especially in the brain. And if you unknowingly add a dangerous habit into this mix, it's like stacking wood on a fire that hasn't started yet. You may not see flames, but the conditions are perfect for one. That's when a stroke can strike, silently, suddenly, and while you're completely unaware. Most people don't even wake up when it happens. The symptoms are often discovered hours later, sometimes too late. So, what's the one habit that's quietly making this worse? Going to bed dehydrated. Yes, simply not drinking water before sleep. It sounds small, even harmless, but for your brain, it can be serious. Let me explain why. When you don't drink enough water, your blood becomes thicker and more concentrated. That means your heart has to work harder to push it through your system. And when you lie still for 6 to 8 hours with that thicker blood, it can become more prone to clotting. A clot, even a tiny one, can block blood flow to the brain. That's the definition of a stroke. Now, imagine you're over 50. Your blood vessels aren't as elastic. Your circulation has naturally slowed. You might have high blood pressure, or a history of cholesterol or diabetes. In that case, this small habit becomes a silent threat. It builds over time, no symptoms, no warning signs, until one day it's too late. But dehydration isn't the only nighttime risk. There are other habits, seemingly minor, that when combined can quietly push you closer to danger. Here are 3 habits I see far too often in patients over 60. 1. Sleeping in a slouched or upright position, especially in recliners or with too many pillows. This position can restrict blood flow to the neck and brain. Over time, it reduces oxygen supply while you sleep. You may wake up groggy, or worse, with a serious health event. 2. Using sedatives or alcohol late at night. While they may help you fall asleep, they also narrow blood vessels and interfere with your body's natural blood pressure regulation. That double effect increases stroke risk, especially during early morning hours when your body is most vulnerable. 3. Sleeping in a cold room with no circulation. Cold causes blood vessels to constrict. For seniors, that can mean higher pressure in the brain during the night, without you even knowing. Now, none of these alone may seem alarming, but when you combine dehydration, bad sleeping posture, and a couple glasses of wine before bed, it creates the exact environment where a silent stroke can happen. And many go unnoticed until the damage is already done. Here's what I tell my own patients. Small, simple changes, done consistently, can save your life. First, drink a glass of water 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Not a large amount, just enough to stay hydrated overnight. This alone can reduce blood thickness and improve circulation during sleep. Second, avoid alcohol, sleep aids, or heavy sedatives after 9 p.m. If you truly need help sleeping, consult a doctor for safer alternatives. Third, pay attention to your sleeping position. Flat on your back or slightly elevated with one good pillow is ideal. Avoid falling asleep sitting up in a chair, especially if you snore or have apnea. And finally, try 2 to 3 minutes of deep breathing before bed. Inhale through the nose, hold, exhale slowly. This calms your nervous system, relaxes blood vessels, and helps your brain reset. These steps are simple, they're free, and most importantly, they work. If you've watched this far, it means you care about your health or someone you love. So please, share this video with a parent, a grandparent, or a friend over 55. Because sometimes it's not the big things that hurt us, but the small ones we ignore. Like this video if it helped. Subscribe to Senior Eternal Talks for more weekly tips to keep your brain and body strong. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Taylor. Take care of your brain, and it will take care of you.